I'm talking Me Made May and my plans for May of 2018. Let's get into it. Hey guys, it's Elizabeth from ElizabethMadeThis.com. I'm here to bring you lots of sewing inspiration and tips and tutorials to help you sew quick, to sew confidently, and to sew creatively. If that's up your alley, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Today I'm going to talk about Me Made May and my plans for that, and also what I want to sew also in May. So let's talk about what I'm going to sew first. So I still have lots of this leftover fabric from my dress that I made as a practice for the linen dress that I did in my last makes video. And so I'm gonna make a little dress for my daughter, because that's originally why I bought this fabric. So I'm gonna try and salvage what I can out of this, because I know that my dress ended up using a lot of really weird shapes. So we'll see what we can get out of that. But that's one thing. And then I have another refashion for her made from this top. So I actually bought this top at a thrift store before my oldest son was born, on the outside chance that I was gonna have a girl. Well, it took like 7 years before I had a girl. So I don't know. I guess I always kept this hoping that maybe one day I would have a girl and I could refashion it into something for her, and now I do, and I can, and she's now at the age that I can totally make something. So I'm going to try and get a dress out of this, and if I can't, I will definitely make a top. Also, another refashion, but sort of not a refashion, Designer Stitch is having a pattern test for a wrap skirt, but the idea is it's a super simple skirt, and our brief is to find a friend and sew it with them. So my dear friend here, I don't know how much she's sewn. I don't think she's sewn really any at all. So I'm really looking forward to just sitting down at the machine with her and working on something. So I'll make my skirt and she'll make hers, and this is gonna be the inside of my fabric, because it's a reversible skirt. So this is a dress that I made right after my second son was born, and he is the one that I gained all the weight with. So this dress is way too big for me. There's really no chance of me being able to size it down for me, because the shoulders are just really too wide, and it's got really kind of a deep neck. I figured maybe I can get this skirt and change it into something. It's really beautiful fabric. It's batiste, it's cotton batiste, and I lined it with more batiste. So it's just lovely fabric, and I'd love to be able to salvage it if I can. So that's my plan for that. And then I have one last thing that I'd like to make, and that is a t-shirt from this fabric. This is, I don't know if it's Art Gallery Knit or a Birch Organic. It's one of those two, but I bought this at Hearts Fabric in Santa Cruz over the summer last year, and I'm just gonna make just a standard t-shirt with it. But on it, I'm gonna add some embroidery, and I'm gonna do that in the form of this violin. So this is something that I drew in like 8th grade, and I etched it onto a mirror, and the mirror is actually in my sewing room. There's 2 of these with the funky bows. So I'm gonna use this as a template for embroidery, and it's gonna be kind of a mixed media. Like there's gonna be places where it's gonna be a little bit darker under it, so that it actually looks like a fingerboard, and I'm gonna bring some different textiles in there and just kind of have some fun with it. And this will be an interesting thing, but I'm really looking forward to it. I think this will be really fun, and I love funky t-shirts, and because I do have violin students, I think it would be fun. They'd be like, oh, hey, that's really fun. So I'm looking forward to that one. But as far as Me Made May go, Me Made May, it's one of those sewing challenges that's been around. I think this might be the longest standing sewing challenge in the sewing community at this point. It's been, I think this is maybe like the 9th or 10th year. It's a long time, but it's run by Zoe Edwards of sezoblog.blogspot.com or something, and I'll link everything down in the description box. But the idea is that you set your own personal challenge, and you just wear as many of the clothes that you've made during the month of May and document it really any way you want to. And everybody does their own their own challenge for themselves. So I've done it on my blog before, I've done it on Instagram, people do it on here on YouTube. My own personal challenge, I'm gonna go and dig deep into my past makes, because at this point almost everything that I have in my closet is something that I've made. So I am going to find a way to use my older makes and incorporate them with some of my newer makes. So this jacket that I'm wearing is the first line jacket that I ever made. It is far too large for me. It's falling off my shoulders. It's just, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So it's always been a style challenge for me to try and find stuff that it actually does work with, because I really don't want to take it in. I think it's kind of cool to have a piece that's a little bit oversized, and it is legitimately oversized. It's my job to figure out how to make it work in my closet, because I like it. I like all the little bias details and the gigantic buttons. It's just, there's a lot of fun work in this one, and I like it. I like it. But with it, I am wearing this slip dress that I made, that I just finished up this morning. And the slip dress is made from scarves. It's made from scarves that I thrifted, and I sewed them together so that they made yardage, and then I cut it on the bias. It was really challenging to work with this particular fabric because it's not very, these fibers are not very strong. These are mostly polyester, and there was one rayon scarf in there too. So it was really challenging to work with. I don't think it was a bad thing that I tried it. I think the slip dress trend is something that I've been wanting to try, and Anastasia of Clean Cut Patterns sent it to me after the day and night dress challenge, which was really kind of her, and she did such a lovely job drafting this pattern. I wanted to give it a go, and I probably will give it a go cut on the straight grain with different fabric that's more well behaved. I mean, I did my best to just get the focal points of where the seams were coming together right, and everything else in between didn't work as well as it could. Is it terrible? Is it the worst thing that I've made? No. Is it wearable? Yes, but I could totally do better. It's okay. Sometimes we have those makes that just don't work out for whatever reason exactly how we want them to, and that's okay. It's a learning process, and you just move on and do something else, and that's okay. So that is what I am planning to do for Me Made May. Oh, I was gonna say too, I am calling this challenge that I'm doing for myself Way Back Wardrobe. So the idea is that you take something that you've made recently and pair it with something that you've made a really long time ago. And by a long time ago, it's really kind of dependent on you. If you've only been sewing for a year, a long time ago might be 6 months ago. For me, I've been sewing as an adult for almost 11 years now. Way back is up to you, like how that goes. And if you want to join this with me, hit me up on Instagram and use the hashtag WayBackWardrobe, and I will be posting my Me Made May progress on Instagram, on my Instagram stories. I'm not gonna do it in my regular feed. So I'm gonna grab some video of me, probably not every day, throughout the month, and then with my makes video for the end of the month, I will add my Me Made May progress at the end of that. That's everything for May. So what are you sewing for May? What's going on? Hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you're making, and if you're gonna do Me Made May, tell me how you're going to go about doing that. I'd love to hear about it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Happy sewing! Me Made May. Some of those things just went poof into existence, into the universe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends.